diarrhea. You are trying to treat it. So in case autopsy is being carried out on this guy, you know, it won't be retraceable, right? But believe me, if that is the case, or the game Wunmi was trying to play along with us, I would say the medication has a half-life or approximately 5.8 to 8.7 hours in half a day, you know, to react, to circulate around the body system. And believe me, before it gets eliminated from the body system, it could last for many days, many days. Meanwhile, this injection was administered to him at the point of his last breath. So definitely, it could be retraceable from his body or from his body fluids. Why was this same particular medication exempted? Why was it completely erased from the test or from the result? So I would rather say part of it was the injection being given or administered to Mohbad. Remember, the nurse said she only gave 2. If I'm right, was it 2 or 3 injections? But they met up to 6 to 7 syringes there. What was that medication in the syringe or injections in other syringes? And also, what injection did Wunmi give to the nurse to administer to Mohbad? Now, for me, I believe if this thing is carried out, believe me, we will unravel what surrounds his death. The DNA must be done. According to Prime Boy, he said it that Mohbad said he only met her once. He copulated with her just once, and he's not so sure if the baby is his. And remember, Wunmi also said that Mohbad died in replacement of the baby, Liam. What does that mean? Why would Mohbad die because of Liam? Why? So the paternity and the maternity needs to be questioned. Why was this same medication, ceftriaxone, erased completely from the results? You were able to trace Piriton. Why were you not able to trace ceftriaxone? Because it's going to last days before it could be eliminated completely from the body system. And another question. Mohbad was exhumed the 9th day. You said you got to work on him on the 12th day. So between 9 and 12th day, where was Mohbad's body? What happened to his body? Because we could vividly see and notice on the video when it was exhumed, Mohbad's body was still intact. You were able to recognize all the tattoos on his body. So definitely, there should be, it means his body wasn't completely or was not yet decomposing as you have narrated, like it was completely out of control. So if Piriton injection could be traced, how much more other injections administered to him? Remember, while he was being taken to the morgue, I believe it would be preserved. And if definitely is preserved, there is something called formalin that will be, I'm sorry for that noise, that will be administered on his body. And what does this do? It melts, it disintegrates the liver, the kidney. And that is the portion from the body that they will be able to, get the body fluids and blood. From there, they'll be able to carry on whatever test they want to conduct. So, are you telling me you were unable to get nothing from every part of Mohbad's body, both internal and external? External, we were able to get the tattoos. Internally, we were able to get Piriton. What about others? Why were all of them exempted from the results given to us? We need to unravel all this. DNA, paternity, maternity needs to be conducted. New postmortem examination needs to be conducted. And from there, we'll be able to unravel every other thing, both internal and external, in Mohbad's system. Thank you. This is my submission.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think one interesting thing we just have to look at is this. These guys have access to his body 9 days after he was buried. Let's assume that becomes 10 days after we were told he died. If we check, even from the result of the pathologist, those things do not even corroborate or align what the police first statement was. Now, at every stage of this thing, they are jumping. Because I begin to wonder myself, telling myself that if you say the body is discomposed and it's quite difficult for you to ascertain the cause of death, then you shouldn't have been able to get the three substances you reported: paracetamol, puritin, and caffeine. I don't understand. And the man said those quantity are right quantity, except for the puritin. That is a bit high, but it's not enough to cause damage. Then those things are pointing to certain things. Yeah, he's in pain. He took paracetamol. What about the caffeine? Did he take caffeinated drink? Maybe energy drink, because I know it's not coffee that he took. Maybe energy drink. So what is puritin doing in the system again? For what? If it's so decayed, why were they able to get those three substances and they are not able to get the rest? Then for me, that is a question mark. He spoke about his neck not broken, his legs not broken, but bent. It then means rigor mortis setting in and relapsing 24 hours before. If he died on, around 4 p.m. a day before, and he was buried in less than 24 hours, what is the place of rigor mortis that stiffens the muscles? Why was it easy for them to bend his neck and bend his legs? It does mean that he actually did not die on the 12th. Because for all his muscles to have relaxed, if his head or neck or anywhere was bent, it would be difficult for it to be done. For me, that is another space these guys are not talking about. And the man mentioned that he took sample from his brain. What was the result? Questions continue to come, and we're not getting answers. Anyways, Kristen, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening. Give you your submission, please.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Aristocrat. Honestly speaking, I am devastated. I am perplexed to listen to all the narratives that these people are trying to formulate. In my view, number one, they claim that they sent the toxicology to be done in America. But I watched a video where I think it was the Commissioner of Police. From the beginning, he was saying that the toxicology was supposed to be sent to Britain, and then somebody beside him said that no, America. You could see how lies are in their faces. And my worry is this: how is it possible that a country like Nigeria, people are trying to rubbish the country? From every indication, the people who are trying to actually deny justice for Mohbad is not even Wunmi, even though she's an accomplice to deny justice for Mohbad, but the government is bent on destroying this case and giving the impression that Mohbad was not murdered. Mohbad, from my personal impression and I ascertain my impression, Mohbad was stabbed, because the issue of stabbing has come up several times from Wunmi herself, from Mama Mohbad, and from different narratives. So if the issue of stabbing kept coming up from the mouth of some of they themselves, and the autopsy tells us that they didn't find any wound in his body, they didn't find any stabbing on his body, they didn't find any fluid, and we found that during the exhuming process, there was clots of blood in the coffin, and they come and tell us that the body had decomposed in such a way that they found it difficult to be able to extract fluids, to be able to carry out their test and whatever. Are they talking to kids? Are they talking to kids? In fact, the issue right now is that I want to find out what is the position of the lawyers, those who are for justice for Mohbad. What are they doing? Because I am already getting tired of coming to analyze these people's action, because it's like every now and then we come and only react when they have already acted. They act and then we come and react. We should be in front of our own game and in front of the whole game for justice for Mohbad. It is about time that the lawyers who are involved put aside every differences and put their brains together. I had mentioned some time ago, I think about 1 or 2 months ago, that it is important that at every given session, from either the coroner inquest and whatever, there should be a press conference where people are explaining what transpired. There should be a joint press conference. The newspaper should be able to carry this situation. The radio, the TV station should be talking about it. But we are always coming on social media to analyze what the people have taken as their action. And from every indication, even though we are still at the level of the coroner inquest, but all those things that are coming up, if we don't try to start counteracting them right now and trying to put our own game at the front, it will be difficult. Because from every indication, I heard Wunmi came and wrote, maybe she wrote whether it was on WhatsApp or wheresoever she wrote. I just followed from a video just now that she wrote and said that she's really disappointed and she's blaming Baba Mohbad, that Baba Mohbad took the initiative to go and bury Mohbad as soon as Mohbad died. Because if not that Baba Mohbad buried Mohbad, then they would have gotten evidences of what was the cause of his death. You see what is happening now? You see? Wunmi is blaming Baba Mohbad for burying Mohbad. Whereas Mohbad died, they did not want to tell him. They were playing games around it. It was through his intuition that he came to the house and found his son dead. He took the body to the police. The police refused to give him a police report that would have permitted him to take his child to the morgue. Even upon that, he went to the hospital. The hospital rejected to give a certificate of death that would have given him the permission to go with the son to the mortuary. So we always come here and analyze and talk about things that have already transpired, and they are moving ahead in their own plan, in their own game. I have said this before, please, for crying out loud. The lawyers that are on this case, aristocrat, the other day I called your attention. I called the attention of Anna Sokwa. I called the attention of Susie. I called the attention of Lady Aries. You guys, when I say you guys, I'm not saying that I am exempted, but you guys have something that you have some influence of some people there in Lagos or in Nigeria that you can take your phone and call them that, okay, this is the situation. You know some of those lawyers who are involved. I don't know them personally. I don't even have their contacts. It's about time, because this thing is really disgracing the nation of Nigeria. To be honest, people are asking, what are these people talking about? What are these people really talking about? Did they really take those, did they do the toxicology in America? From my conviction, the answer is no. Nothing went to any America. If they went with it to America, let them give us the name of the toxicology center that carried out the examination of the toxicology. The white people don't do things like that man was explaining that the other day in that court. The way he was explaining, it shows that he's even a novice. He's a novice in that domain. So please, let us step up our game. Let us step up our game. Let us make sure that these people know that we are out for business and we must get justice for Mohbad, whether they go up or they come down. Let us petition Wunmi. Let us petition Mama Mohbad for all the statements they have made. So, see me, I'm talking French now. Either against Baba Mohbad or either against certain things, that certain statements they have made, which gives us a loophole to be able to actually trap them and bring them to book. By that time, they will be so confused, more and more confused, they will not know what to say. Prime Boy has actually exposed the situation as it is. But we are always there to only analyze, we bring things and all of that. I am getting tired. I am a man of action. I don't like me to talk too much. I don't like to talk too much. I regret that I am not a Nigerian and I am not in Nigeria. If I was in Nigeria and I was in Nigeria, trust me. We talked the other day about protest. We should also use protest as a means to make these people to understand that they cannot go away with this matter. They cannot. They should not go away with this matter. What will cost to rally people in Lagos? There are hundreds and thousands of people in Lagos who are looking for justice for Mohbad. What will stop them to rally and protest? You know? So honestly speaking, I just want me action now. My brain now is just looking for action, for solution. This talking is already getting out of hand. It's true that when we talk like this, we analyze and we may probably bring up certain suggestions to be able to let the legal team to be able to follow up on that. But the legal team, they are matured enough to be able to know what to do in cases like this. So I rest my case for that for now.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you very much. Now this one, we're going to the other part C. But I was expecting for us to, talk also about part of what Susie said here earlier. Now, Susie, are you there?
The flesh. Yeah, sorry.
So can I get contribution from two people on the other stream?
Okay, they're gone. They left.
Okay.
They left. But I want to play one voice on this rigumate to tell you guys, to let you guys know that this boy probably he died on Monday, because people is not believing that he died on Monday. If the pathologist said the neck was not being broken, then rigumate has finished setting in. It takes, for what I have here, it takes like 2-3 days to rigumate to finish, and the body will return back to normal. So he died on Monday. If the pathologist said they didn't broke his neck to fit him into the bus, then So maybe when you're done, you give me opportunity to play the voice so that they can listen to it.
All right, we'll do that. Let me quickly just run this. I think, picking from what Susie said earlier, we've all spoken well. That's what we used to do. But there's something we are leaving. Number one, as things stand now, there is need for what was the reason why the lawyers, aside Comrade Moses, asked some questions on the repertoire from the professor, the pathologist, because they don't want the judge to be like, now you've asked questions, let's move, let's conclude. They left it so that next sitting they will ask a lot of questions. Now, if that is the case, it then means they have, the next sitting is going to be 26th. It means they have about 5 weeks to go get a pathologist. Within that 5 weeks, they have opportunity to apply for the report itself, the original and the expert's report, and for them to work with those reports and make other consultation. That is what it means. It means it will give time for it to be well challenged. Now, some certain things that was said earlier was this. If that is the chance, it then means one of the key tasks that has to be taken towards the next sitting to either challenge, contest, invalidate that test, so that asking for a private autopsy and for the government to redo whatever they've done will come with some valid stance that cannot be revoked or disputed by anybody in any place. Therefore, we need another professional translation of those reports. If that is the case, just for what a team of lawyers that were there said, these people have money to throw around. We need to get an expert away from the territory of Nigeria. That would be ideal. There are neighboring countries. There is Ghana. There is Egypt. There is Tunisia. There is Morocco. They speak English too. There is South Africa. There is Mauritania. There are a number of African countries that we can get seasoned pathologists to come. One, if we don't want Africa, we can move to the Western world. We can go to Asia. We can go to North America. We can go to South America. We can go to Europe to get experts to come and translate this thing and to come and give their own professional views. And I think that is the next step. That is actually the next step. Whether we like it or not, we want to win this case. Many of us have said it times without number. You need concrete, undisputable evidences to say, hey, Mr. Professor, Dr. Shoyemi, your translation of the postmortem results you gave are all cock and bull stories. They are lies from the pit of hell. But you can't say that because that is a full professional space. What should you do? Get another professional that is almost or higher or in the same class with the one that came. And when you get that, what do? That person becomes your witness. And when that person becomes your witness, you are able to challenge. And your resolution, after you challenging that result, is for you to demand for the state government to conduct a new one. And it's for you to tell the state or the court to say, we want to do a private one. Because when it comes to judicial activities, they all have processes. You just don't run and talk out of your mind and say, we do this, we do this. It doesn't work like that. Now, and I think this is where, number one, all the lawyers, even including the one working for the entertainment industry, including the one representing Ikorodu MBH branch, they all need to, away from the DPP lawyer, the state lawyer, they all need to call a meeting. They all need to sit down, compare notes. Even when they come to court, they talk as individual, but they always have a direction. Because at the end of the day, the key direction we are looking for here is justice. If you want to get justice, there are steps that have to be taken. If we don't take those steps, you can't achieve the justice. Because in the court of law, it is evidence that speaks. It is not emotion. It is not, I think. It is not, it has been done there. No, it is evidence. How do you get the evidence? You must ensure those evidence you even have aligns with the statutory of the law, which is the 2015 Evidence Act. If you want to challenge anything the government has done, you must follow the procedure. These lawyers, put all of them together. They have the experience to win this case. There might be different level of experience, but when you bring it together and aggregate, when you bring all the experiences together, an aggregated experience will tell us that this case is small. They can win it, is a walk in the park. But until we, the people, who are part of the team, and we are the financier, and we are the one keeping the matter still fresh in the minds of people, until we begin to make the right demands. The right demand that anytime we talk, we just don't talk, Wunmi kill him, Wunmi no kill him. No. We've passed that stage now. It is time for us to begin to talk about, Mr. Lawyer, Mr. Chamber of Law, Mr. This, make una get all of una together. Make all of una look at the thing where you now want to do. Make all of una go get experts. We go help you translate all the jargons where they inside that autopsy results. If we don't do that, we still come here to be speaking, colonial languages. And that is what we continue to do. I'm not saying you can't say Wunmi has done this, but leave all those things. At this stage, for next corona inquest sitting, we should be able to challenge that document and challenge it logically, intelligently, and strategically, and bring our solutions to bear and tell them this is what we want. We are their resources. Baba said today, I'm going to do private autopsy. Baba get the money for him. No. Now we go give him the money now. Baba said today, this case, we are going to part 2. It had just begun. Baba get the money to do him. Now we go do him. So, if we are the one paying the piper, we should as well. Even though we have Baba Mohbad as the leader of the pack, influence the kind of tunes that will be coming out of that flute. All these lawyers, Barrister Wahab Shitu, Barrister Dosumu, Barrister Smith Abankole, what is the other fair barrister? The one that is representing the creative industries, the lawyer for the women, this. The one that called themselves Alim, all of them need to come together. Now, it is not about that one is good, that is not good. Their fees will be taken care of. Do we need the professionals? Yes. Which pathologies? A pathologist that we are going to get to trash that report, we need to start like yesterday. I would have expected that by now, that thing happened on Wednesday, latest by Monday, there ought to be a communication from both Barrister Wahab Shitu and Barrister Taiwo Dosu. There has to be.
Thank you, Aristocrat. Sorry, I'm not trying to interject. Thank you for that submission.
Have they debriefed Baba? Have they sat Baba down? Have they called the Emperor Muiwa? Sit down. Since there are no other groups, two of you sit down. You are in America. Be on phone. This is what happened. This is what we think. This is how we think we can get to the next level. This is what we begin to do. This is what we prioritize. We are prioritizing getting an expert, a pathologist, to challenge this thing. The pathologist will work with the report. So why are we going to get the report? We are going to apply for the report. And we hope to get the report in 2-3 days. Great. What about the pathologists? Are you getting pathologists in Lagos? Are you getting a pathologist from Abuja? Are you getting a pathologist from Calabar? Are you getting a pathologist from Kano? Or you are leaving the shores of Nigeria, we are getting a pathologist from Ghana. We are getting from Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, America, UK, France, China, Japan. This, I believe, should be the debriefing. Because at the end of the day, we only have a resolution to say, Baba, we are behind you. But the direction must come from them. Baba can only make decision from the professionals who are the lawyers who will tell him this is where we are and this is where we are going. Great. What are you going to do to achieve those? This is what we want to do. Prioritize them. Which one should you do first? They come to us, give us those information. Not to say you will bury Mohbad, you will do autopsy, you will do DNA, you will do WA, you will do SDB, you will do that. No. What is the steps to take? There are hurdles to jump. The first hurdles for us to jump is, how do you cancel this postmortem report that the government have given to us? If we are able to cancel it, how do we carry out our own private postmortem examination? If we do that, what will be the next action? What will be the next action? At the end of the day, if we are not strategic with all these things, we will come back and be crying, making noise. I mean, it's good to talk, but talk without action is a waste of quality time. Now, one of the team of lawyers have said, with what we have seen, we don't think we should get a medical expert from Lagos State, and as a matter of fact, from Nigeria. If because of money, Ghana is there, the Ghanaian don't need tickets. The Ghanaian do not need visa to come to Nigeria. Good. Get a Ghanaian, fly him down, put him in an hotel, give him security. Apply for what you should apply for. Let them read through it. And that would be wonderful. Cameroon is there. We can also go to Cameroon. No, they'll be speaking French, but we can get English-speaking Cameroonian. We just have to wake up from all this slumber and get to work. Because at the end of the day, this is what I see. if the public don't have the right direction, they are like flocks of sheep without a shepherd. You don't blame the sheep, you blame the shepherd. Because when you don't give quality directions, you don't get quality results. Garbage in, garbage out. And please take it up.
Okay. Does anybody want to speak, to contribute to what he said? Please indicate. And Aristocrat, can you bring Bayo up? He said he wants to come up. Lady Iris, you want to talk about that, or Lady Susie, any of you can go on.
Yeah, I actually talk about my first submission was all about what he had said, and I told people the urgency of this. We have medical team that is actually fighting for this justice. If we can get a volunteer, then we'll try to raise the funds, the money for the ticket or whatever, both in United States, London, Ghana, you know. One of our Ghana friends, that is in this case Alex, he said he's going to look into it, but we're not going to put that on him alone. So this burner is in our court. All of us are shouting for justice.
Lady Susie, your voice.
Okay, all of us out shouting for justice.
Thank you.
Yeah, all of us shouting for justice. This is what I've said initial stage. In fact, that's my major point. The first time I did my submission is my major point, and that is direct for the public lawyer. That's the suggestion he gives to us, and he's open to it. So if really, if we're going to go this route, let's start searching in our community, anybody that really licensed pathology that want to submit himself or herself, you know, part of the contribution for justice, then we'll put out a donation out there to donate for the person for air tickets and accommodation. At most 2 days, he or she will be done. She'll be jet out of the country, you know, and we'll have the lawyer to guarantee the person is security. Probably the person is not going to be known till when she or he appear in the court, you know. So I put that out already, and Aristocrat is helping me to appreciate more on it. So it's an open floor for anybody. Whatever you think you can contribute in this matter, but as it is right now, before we go for our autopsy or toxicology, we need to useless their report. And the only way we can use
I don't think I see my network because I can't hear her at all.
You're echoing. You wanna? Yeah. No, I think you're faint. You're faint.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Susie, we can
Yes.
hear you at all. You need to speak audibly. Come closer.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can you guys hear
you
me?
now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so what I'm saying, I said my initial submission is what you are helping me to appreciate on it right now. Actually, is what the discussion we have with the lawyer yesterday, and he highly recommended that right away. The autopsy we are shouting for now, without us trashing their results, to have a reasonable ground to do our toxicology or autopsy, is for us to trash this stuff first. So if you know anybody in your community that is a registered pathology anywhere you are, not Nigeria, because there's a lot of money on ground to bribe people on this case. So initial stage, we are looking at a middle belt, which is Jos Lut Hospital in Jos. It's still Nigeria, you understand. Everybody is hungry right now. So money can speak for anybody to compromise. So this is an open field for all of us that truly want this justice. If you're a pathology and you are for this justice, please submit yourself. If you are registered and you have the license, submit yourself. If you know anybody, plead, beg. We will put the ocean out there and have the donation out there for this person to fly to Nigeria, and security will be guaranteed. We're not going to expose the person. Alex, a Ghanaian person, we've talked to him about it, and he said he's going to look into it. We're not going to put that on him alone. So this is an open discussion for everybody, open opportunity. Whatever you think you can do for the pathology, you are highly welcome. Let's do it together. So that's what I say initial stage, and Aristocrat helped me to explain it more to people. Thank you.
And I think, just to add, everybody, Anna Suko will be the moderator. I have other moderator. Anne, you can bring someone up. You have all the power of the moderator. I think there are one or two moderators also there, so they can assist. Now, another thing I need to add to this, not even ask, is all of us. I think we have about 244 people here, and some other people streaming. All of us must begin to take the message. Number one message. We know the game these people are playing. For me, we should not be talking about Nigeria is not good. Nigeria, we know it is bad. We want to fight the system. Since we know, how do we fight the system? We have the solution. Our quick wins are this. From this last week, all the lawyers doing justice for Mohbad must come to round table, share notes, and work as a team. Chicken out. Arrangement is there. If you all sit down and work as a team, when they get to court, they work as separate team. When they finish the court, they will come together, work as a team. So at the end of the day, they are unified. But in court, they act as if they are not unified, so that they can ask the question very well. Number two, we need to discredit that postmortem result brought in by the state. How do we do that? We need another qualified, seasoned pathologist to come to take their result and trash it. Once that is destroyed, right there and there, they are going to ask for another autopsy. The state must do another one. They will then say, we do another one. So if that is established, going to court to collect any autopsy thing is easy. But if the state is trying to kill the movement for justice activities, even if you go to high court, nobody then get caught. They go still kick them. They go delay them. So how do we do that? They must be strategic. And I believe the lawyers, with the experience of lawyers that I know, we don't need to advise them, but they need to hear us. If they hear what we're saying, they'll take it to their meeting and, do the finishing touch. Then they need to brief Mr. Joseph Aloba. They need to brief him. And they'll talk to him as professionals, and he will accept their professional recommendation and say, we are going to fight, let's go ahead. As of today, the man has given a leader's charge. We are not relenting, we are going all the way. He has said it several times. Whoever this thing drop on the head must pay for it. Finish. For me, I don't need any further charges. But we need to allow the lawyers to come together, and they need to work as lawyers. We don't need any ferry with them. If they finish any court case, they give briefing. And second thing, I think Baba must have a PR team. So if the lawyers communicate what they want to do, they distill it, make it a simple communication document, and share it with people. Let people know their position. Together, we move forward. And we begin to take the rest. We, the public, on every milestone, they need resources. We try to provide. They need expertise who are not lawyers among us. We refer them, or we know anyone, or anybody. I believe among also, someone can get a pathologist, and they say the pathologist want to collect 5 naira. One person, 2 people can decide we will pay that money, bring the person. They want hotel. Someone will say, okay, you will stay in an hotel. This is the disclosed hotel. I will pay for the bill of the hotel. And I think this is how this thing will work. But we need to start. A journey of 100 miles starts with a step. Thank you.
Aristocrat.
Please go ahead, please.
Yeah, Lizzie, you said you have a question. You want to go ahead and ask?
No, I don't have a question.
No, not you. Lizzie has a question.
Okay,
Lizzie has Yes. Lizzie, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anne or Bayo, can you please help me to answer this question? Has this life gotten to Baba, his Muiwa and co? And please, I would like this life to get to them. Then number two, I would like to ask a question. Why is Baba not exploring, the resources he has? Like somebody like Aristocrat, I'm not trying to hear you, sorry, I'm sorry. Or do I feel like I'm the only one, trying to clinch on something good, Because all these presentation, these are good and sweet to hear, and it's now left for us to make use of it, like utilize it. So what is stopping us from utilizing all these resources? Can somebody please help me and give me a good answer?
Bayo, you want to answer? I think, let me see what Bayo says. Bayo, you want to answer?
Yeah, you see, I don't know. I mean, we've been able to share the live program to everybody, and something I know is that even if they are not here,